You know what really sucks? It's not divorce that sucks, it's marrying the wrong person because you don't know.
Wow, okay.
What sucks is marrying the wrong person and not having the decency to tell her until 32 years later.
It's 1 a.m. on the 24th of December. And this is the first Christmas since I married Kody that I won't have any other family around except for just me and my kids and Kody. And I can't help but just sit here and look back on everything that's been happening. And just be completely and utterly heartbroken. When I was a young girl, I wanted to be in a plural family. It was something that was a really big deal to me. And then as I got older, I went through a process of trying to figure out if I, still wanted to live this way, because when you're young, you kind of do what your parents want you to do. And you kind of feel like this is, you grew up a certain way, so this is how you're going to live. And then as I got older, I got my testimony of plural marriage. And when I saw Kody's family, I was so excited to be a part of it. I liked how they were one family.
This isn't what I envisioned my life to be. I always wanted to live plural marriage. I'm in this place where everything that's going on is just, it's taking away all those choices for me. I'm struggling with my identity and what does it mean, and I don't see my future anymore. And the hopes and dreams that I had are just disappearing before my eyes.
Robyn's holding on to something. I've always said this woman has a spine of concrete and steel. And she's been holding on to the dream that I sold her on with my family for a lot longer. But I keep trying to go, let's move on. Let's let this go. Let's just tell ourselves and believe it. Because I believe it now. It was never meant to be. It was never meant to work. We had children together. We gave life to these children. These children can have a great life, just not with a mom and dad that are together.
Meri told Kody she wasn't going to do Christmas with us this year because of what's going on between her and Kody.
Overall, when I look at what our family has been and looking at what it is now, it is very sad. And, when you find out that your husband just really didn't love you, nor did he with many of the other wives in the family, it's like, well, I'm sad that it's come to this, but why did it take so long to come to this? Why did it even start if this isn't something that he was interested in,
I love my kids. And so I need to make sure they still have a holiday that's special and sweet.
It just hit me so hard that I just don't get to have the perfect Christmas. Because my family's not here.
Hold up your present. 1, 2, 3, go.
What we had, where all of us were together, those are some pretty fun Christmases. You know, we all sat down, they opened their presents one at a time, and we had certain foods for Christmas, and it was just really fun. And it just feels like now that, especially with the big changes in family dynamic, it's time to do something a little bit different.
It's time to create some new traditions and some new things to have fun with and some new ways to celebrate that have nothing to do with how things used to be and everything to do with how you want them to be.
For me now, my prayer was just like, save me and Robyn. I have this wonderful relationship with her. The pain of this experience has caused much trouble in our own relationship. It's been a real struggle. So I hope and pray that we just manage it, that we save our marriage, that we save us, we save the special that we started out with after this horrible experience of breaking up.
I'm just so heartbroken. The only thing that keeps my head above water. The only thing that keeps my head above water now is just prayers. I just had to take a moment and feel it and process so I can get up tomorrow, put on a happy face, and make it beautiful and make it special. And I owe that to my kids. And I know that Kody's gonna struggle, and I don't know, it's just not what I expected my life to be. And I don't know how to let it go.
I mean, we had that discussion about where our relationship is at.
After you made it very clear that you weren't interested in working on a relationship with me.
Well, don't blame me for not loving you. I was doing my duty. Blame yourself if I don't love you, okay? When I'm in love with a woman, that's her fault. So what happens if I'm not in love with a woman? Is that just my fault? If I'm mad about a woman, passionate, want to serve her, want to rub her feet, want to carry in her groceries, if I want to buy her jewelry, if I want her to feel special all the time, if I'm in love with a woman, I think that is her fault.
I'm not placing blame. All I did was acknowledge the fact that he told me he was not interested in working on a relationship.
You want me to own it that much?
I'm
I
not
didn't
saying
say I wasn't
anything
interested
about
in working
owning
on it.
anything.
I did say I could fake through it.
Yeah, I'm not interested in faking a
But
relationship
that's not me saying
anymore.
I can't work on it. You're trying to make me own it. That's really
I
not
didn't
where
know
this
we were
was.
having a fight here. I did
It's
not
not.
know that this was a fight conversation because
It's-
I'm not
sorry.
open to that.
It's not.
I'll
it's not,
shut it
Meri.
down right now if it's
It's an
fight.
accountability conversation.
Right.
That we agreed mutually that the relationship isn't going to progress.
You're right, we did.
Okay.
You had a part in it, I had a part in it. I took the steps and we're done.
Moving on, moving forward together.
There's no moving forward together.
Right. Okay. I got a call from the church. They said they give Meri a release, a divorce on an account of abandonment. I just don't believe that that's true at all. She was never abandoned.
He knew what was happening. He could have been involved. He could have gone to the meeting with me. I know that they use the words abandonment, and he really didn't like that. Most people don't like what is truth.
Why'd you move so quickly on it then?
Quickly? It's interesting that you're saying that it's quickly. This has been a long, slow, and painful process. I married you in 1990 because I was committed to it and I loved you.
Basically, the statements are all of this. You can choose, but I cannot.
Who said that?
When I was called and told about our
Termination.
termination.
That's bull.
Well,
That is so not fair to me. And that is so not fair
I
to you.
agree.
I would have rather you have told me, Kody, years ago.
I felt compelled to always stick it out with Meri, even though the relationship was terrible. I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me. I do not know why. I'm still holding on a little bit because I know damn well that I don't want to be in this relationship. And I know damn well that I don't want to be in a relationship with Janelle. And I know that Christine did me a favor by being brave enough to leave. Listen, it's confusing from day one.
That's sad to me
What
that
do you mean?
that our relationship was so confusing. That our relationship was so confusing after the first year, the second year, the fourth year, or whatever.
I wish I wouldn't have ever married her. I married a woman that I just didn't love so much that I wanted to serve her. And then because whatever I did was never enough. This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage. And how would I know that? Because I had such a better relationship with Janelle, with Christine, with Robyn. And Janelle and Christine didn't survive. I should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago.
I don't know who this guy is. To say the things that he's saying now, this is not the guy that we were married to.
I wish you would have made your choice sooner.
My choice was always to stay. Had I wanted to leave sooner, I would have left sooner.
You don't get to be in plural marriage, with a leadership. Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives. Well, I was in terrible relationships, but wasn't willing to discard them, didn't want to discard them, didn't even know I was in terrible relationships. You don't know you're in a bad relationship. You just think you're in a normal relationship because all your friends have the same problem until you're in a normal relationship that has deep emotional intimacy instead of some people call it F and F and the second word is fight, or F and F and the first word is fight. That doesn't create intimacy. That just creates orgasms. You know what really sucks? It's not divorce that sucks. It's marrying the wrong person because you don't know.
Wow, okay. Because you married me at 6 months, you married the wrong person and you just didn't know.
I'm not even saying that, Meri.
That's
but
what
we're
it
breaking
sounded
up
like.
now. Does it mean it was the right person or was just right at the right time? I don't know. I can't philosophize this.
Yeah.
We could philosophize it to death.
Yeah.
All I know is that you and I have different time stamps on when we weren't happy anymore.
Mm-hmm. What sucks is marrying the wrong person and not having the decency to tell her until 32 years later.
Christine left, and because of the equity in her home, she traded that for her equity in Coyote Pass. So now Coyote Pass has just got 4 owners. How are we going to divide, yada, yada, yada? We're still going through that process. And Janelle's like, well, we got to pay it off. We got to pay it off. Got to pay it off. Well, I don't feel like doing you any favors, Janelle, but I know we have to pay it off.
So I have thought about, are you interested in buying me out?
Well, wait a second. You jumped to the end. What? Or what about us? What about you living on the property? What about you and me?
I don't think we even exist in the same universe anymore. Like, I think you're awesome. And whenever we talk, I still feel that, like, you've got this little hook in me or whatever, but I've been so happy that I don't foresee a long-term thing for us. I don't even know who he is anymore, really. Like, he hasn't been in my house for 2 years.
We haven't really talked about our relationship.
We've had some conversations. It's not like we've not
Yeah,
talked.
no, but that's not really having a conversation about a relationship.
We have had so many conversations where I've said, it's done, we're not compatible. And he's agreed, and he's like, yeah, it's really sad. Like, why are we talking about that? I feel like it's almost like a diversion tactic.
Here's the thing, the things that have gone on, my relationship with Christine, my relationship with Meri. Meri and I, fortunately, are in a place where we'll always be friends. I'll never say a bad thing about Meri again. Janelle and I talking about reconciliation is a bullshit pipe dream from both of us. I talk about reconciling with her because I'd like to be back in graces with my children. But I know that reconciling with her would require some kind of power game where I gave her all the power in the relationship, which I think is fair because I had it for so many years, but I'm not interested in that. I think it's a fake discussion for both of us. And the reason is because I think both of us, I'm telling you my heart's truth, don't want to be the one that's accountable for breaking up. Janelle has a card, it says victim on it. She likes to play it.
I just think that's such a man thing, a male thing to do. Like, here I am, a woman who's really just trying to speak up and abdicate and protect herself. And it's labeled as something negative, victim behavior in this case. But I just don't know if we really work, because I don't feel like I ever would be on an equal playing ground. I want to be able to
The
talk to
playing
you.
field is always equal.
Okay, see, this is why I don't think, it's like I can't explain to you, and you're getting mad when I'm bringing up certain subjects.
I'm not getting angry about certain subjects.
So I just feel like,
And there are no sacred cows. My primary motivation for Janelle and I reconciling would be for our family. But for us to reconcile, I will want her and I to partner with each other. It's not been a real partnership ever.
I almost don't really consider us married anymore. I mean, we're married.
Well,
My spiritual belief says that we're married. But
let's cut the bullshit on that
no,
one.
you have to know I really struggle with how to proceed here, because I know I don't want to go back. I don't want to be married to him anymore, but yet I don't even know who to go ask for a release. However, I do know that Meri was able to just get a spiritual release, and we are both in the same boat. We haven't been part of that congregation for a long time. So maybe I can. Maybe I can get one.
I think maybe it's just the pressure of the faith. Maybe it's the idea that I don't want to have another failure. I don't know, but I keep thinking that you and I could make this work.
I think you and I would have to be different people. You know, Kody keeps bringing up this, could we get back together again? And I just don't think it's really driven by any real emotion. Because if we were truly heartbroken, you would be seeing a lot more distress, a lot more effort on both sides. All I can think is that it's somehow driven by his ego. In some regards, especially coming from the culture that we come from, he's a failure to have lost all his marriages, except for the one.
What do you really want to do? Do you want to build out there, or would you like me to buy it?
Probably the money. But if the land is what I get, then I'm happy to build out there. In fact, I've thought if I took that 4-acre piece, I'd probably just build a house right up on the hill, forget the casino.
If you build out there, you will be calling me every week.
I know that's part of it too. I'm not sure I can do that independently.
Do you want to try a love affair again? And the property shouldn't be the motivation there. That's not fair.
I need my autonomy. I need my independence. You know what I mean? I just do.
If she builds on Coyote Pass, I believe that Robyn and I will go, wait a second, the ex-wife is on Coyote Pass. Why are we going to go on to Coyote Pass? If Janelle built on Coyote Pass, it would set me free, I think, because I would leave this area.
If you buy me out, then I can go where Maddie is or where, I have options, which I have thought about. Moving closer to the grandkids.
Why didn't she call me to tell me she was having a baby?
The kids are all feeling very estranged from you. Maddie has observed to me that Kody has not been out to see her kids since Evie was born, and Evie's 3. Maddie's like, why would I tell him that I'm having another one? He hasn't really shown that much interest in the other 2.
Oh, they're talking like I've done some kind of evil to them. I'm missing something here.
There's a lot of nuances, and I can't be in the middle.
Jealousy and gossip.
No, I think there's a lot more to it.
I was a hero for 25 years with these kids, and now I'm not. I don't know. I don't know the answers to this. I know that it's been a hard process and that I am moving forward with a lot of disappointment in failure, but hope that we can patch up some of the heartbreak.
Okay, so I did call that lawyer that you talked to a few years ago, because he's the only real estate guy in town.
Oh.
He said he would meet with both of us because he's talked to you a few years ago. He felt more comfortable if we were both in the office together. And it would be simply a fact-finding thing. Like what we can do, what the constraints are, even have him look at the contract we have.
I think Janelle would do anything she could to screw me, so she's afraid I'll try to screw her. And so where I'm at is I'm bitter, and I don't care.
We got to head off the 9-alarm fire.
Yeah.
Right, and then we can
Let's
talk
to
about...
the lawyer after we've got more information.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That's good with me. Again, there's no definite, we're going to do this.
I have made an effort for you for years, and what did you give me? You betrayed me. She teamed up with Christine when Christine was leaving. She gave Christine her empathy, her sympathy, her kindness, her attention, her time. So you worry about what you're going to do, and I'll worry about what I'm going to do. So, hey, see you later.
Bye.
Tell Savannah I love her.
Okay, maybe it's time for me to lawyer up.